It is for scheduling commands to be executed once at a specific time. The second, cron tab, utilizes the cron daemon or cron d to execute repetitive or chronic scheduled tasks. Here's an example of using the AT command to schedule a single instance commands to run at a certain time. At the prompt, I would type the time, followed by the month, and then the day of the month. After this, I would receive an AT prompt. I would type my commands one by one, followed by enter at each AT prompt. When I was done, I would press Ctrl D. This would exit the AT command and take me back to my regular prompt. There are two special AT switches you may find especially useful. The first one, AT-L, lists AT jobs and gives their job IDs. The second one, AT-C followed by the job ID, would list the job's contents. Example, if I type AT space -C space 1, that would show me the job contents for AT job 1. Note, in Fedora, if etc at.allow and etc at.deny don't exist, only root can run the AT command. In Fedora, you must create these files. We're going to look at automating or scheduling commands on a Linux system. There's two basic ways to do that. You can use the AT daemon with the AT command, and that's for commands you only want to happen once, or infrequently. And then there's also the cron daemon, where you'd use the cron tab command and make cron tab files. And that's for commands that happen fairly repetitively or on a scheduled basis, such as maybe you want to back up the system on a Tuesday or Thursday evening, something like that. So let's take a look at the first option. And if I want to create, use the AT daemon and create an AT job, I would just use the AT command. This is sort of a once only, fire and forget timed event. So let's set it for somewhere in the near future. It's 7:24 if you can see the clock there. So I'm going to make this for 7:26 and AM. It's a 12-hour time, and January 11th is the date, 2011 by default. And I'm just going to touch a file, and I'm going to call this output1, and I'm going to have it display the date. I'm going to redirect it to that file, output1. In this case, I'll redirect it to the file. I'm going to do Control D, and that'll exit it. And if I were to use AT-L, that would list any AT jobs I have queued up, and I could do AT-C and the job number, which in this case is 8, and that would show me the commands that are going to execute when that happens. And if I do a listing, notice that out1 does not exist yet. But let's wait for that future event, in this case for the clock to strike 7:26, and it should touch and produce that file, and then it should call the date command and send the results to the file. And I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. So we've gone over AT. While we're waiting, let's just review. We've gone over AT. We've gone over AT-L to list AT jobs, and we've gone over AT-C space a job number to list the contents of specified job. Alright, it's 7:26 now, and if I list it, there I have output 1, and let's cat it. So let me do output 1, and then there's the date there, exactly 7:26. Okay? So that's one example, and let's do one more AT job, again for the near future. I'm going to try to set this one for 7:27 if I can get it finished fast enough. So January 11th, and I'm just going to ping Yahoo. Alright, and at 7:26, and I won't see the output. This sort of gets carried out as a background process by the AT daemon, but we'll grep for it. Remember, we specified that that would happen at 7:27. We're going to ping Yahoo, and let's grep for the ping command. Right now, there's no ping command running. That's just grep right there. It's 7:27. I'm going to hit the up arrow. Now notice that it's pinging Yahoo. So as soon as the clock struck 7:27, the AT daemon launched that job. And of course, let's be polite and not flood ping Yahoo, so I'm going to kill it. 5742. Thank you, Yahoo, for the echo replies. So that's just an example of using the AT command. Additionally, with the AT command, there are two basic text configuration files that work with it. There's an AT allow, and if there's not an AT allow, you can still run AT, but you have to run it with root privileges. So you've either got to be root or you've got to substitute root privileges. And in Ubuntu there is a default AT deny. And if I were to cat that, actually I'm going to need sudo because of the permission set up on the file. But you can look at all of the daemons and processes that are denied access to running the AT command. And again, just for security reasons, system security reasons there. Those are all part of the AT deny file. So AT allow and AT deny, and you can add users